Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, we are on Caustic Finale, folks. The most iconic map in Advanced Wars by Web. Everybody has played Caustic Finale. Everybody loves Caustic Finale. And if you don't love Caustic Finale, well, I can't help you, because you're gonna probably be playing some Caustic Finale at some point, folks. Okay, so we have soul4rent and Hamslammich today. Soul4rent is a YouTuber who makes maps for Advanced Wars by Web, so definitely go check him out. Link in the description below to check out his channel. Does live streams of map making with different content creators and just by himself. So very cool stuff. We also have Hamslammich, who is a content creator over on Twitch that streams Advanced Wars by Web a few times a week. Very entertaining person to watch, packed full of protein, folks. So it's very cool stuff. And they have met on Caustic Finale. Now we have a Drake versus a Rachel matchup, which is pretty interesting for Caustic Finale. It's not something that I see too often. Now, I think both COs definitely have some benefits when it comes to Caustic Finale. Drake, since there's no air units, definitely does have a little bit of a benefit for sure. And Rachel, it's a small map, so definitely some perks there as well. So Drake, as a day-to-day ability, will get +1 movement and 10% defense on all of his naval units. His air units will lose 30% firepower, and all of his units are unaffected by rain. His normal co-power, Tsunami, will do 1 damage globally and cut the fuel and ammo of his enemy units in half. His Typhoon super co-power will do 2 damage globally, make it rain, and cut that fuel and ammo in half. So Rachel's day-to-day ability will give her +1 unit heals on her owned properties. Her normal co-power will give her 0 to 39% luck on her attack rolls, and her super co-power will launch 3 Area 2 missiles targeting the highest accumulation of wealth, infantry, and units on the map. So both of these COs are global damage COs to some extent, so this should be a pretty interesting one, folks, for sure. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it and see what went down in the live league today. So on the first few days, folks, you guys know the deal. We have standard infantry builds, because you gotta get the infantry on the field. #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Seriously, guys, get the infantry on the field. It is mega, super, mega important. Ooh. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web is make sure that you occasionally use the move planner so that you know where Rachel's missiles are going to be hitting, so that you can somewhat try to avoid catastrophic failure when it comes to your games. Alright, folks, so day 4 already in. We got 8k in the bank from Hamslammich. We won't be able to really get any vehicles at the moment. Well, actually we could. Yeah, we can get a recon. Alright, so we got a Freakly, Deekly, Reekly Do right here on the map out of the southern property. So it's very interesting busting out a recon out of this property. You don't normally see it too often. Lots of people just tend to go for the standard tank opener on this map. Recon definitely does have some play. Basically, this recon, once it goes south, it's going to force a fight down here by the comm towers, which is something that does not normally happen. Normally, you see the fighting in the corners and in the center of the map. Tends to be around this area where the HQ is, where the main fight happens. You can occasionally have some fighting over here, but really just depends on what's going on in the state of the map, folks. Well, we can see soul4rent is now pushing over to the top west corner. Going to be acquiring some captures over there. Busts out the tank and a couple infantry this turn. Tank 100% needed out of this property at the moment. We have to stop that recon from getting down here, otherwise we are going to lose a property and lose our comm tower. Now, it would be very difficult for soul4rent to come down here and acquire Hamslammich's comm tower because of the base range reinforcement, but it's not impossible. So you definitely got to watch out for that. Once the combat actually starts, like I said, most combat fighting is going to happen here and in the corners. Unless this game just goes completely different, which is entirely possible. It could potentially go like way different than what I'm expecting, but we shall see. All right, soul4rent acquiring 2 properties over here. Not too shabby. Potentially could interrupt 1 property here. Hamslammich could rush his infantry up and interrupt, but that is not a very advisable thing to do. Now you could rush up and do it and deny the property, but you would end up losing an infantry more than likely. And I don't know, you know, I just don't think it's really a good play, but we shall see. All right, we're gonna go up and do it. So yeah, it's not necessarily the best play, but I mean, we do interrupt the infantry right here, so that's good. We will be able to jump on this property, so I guess it's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. We might be able to do something with that. We might be able to do something. We'll see. Bust out the double tank and double infantry turn here. Okay, so now we got some stuff going on in this map. Very interesting stuff indeed. And Hamslammich right now is actually just going right for this property. Now, going for this property, that will result in the loss of an infantry because we have a clean double hit right here with these 2. So, I mean, the only thing that's really going to happen to this infantry is we will lose it. We can't actually go down and attack the recon, so there's really no point to bring your tank down here. Best course of action for you to take at the moment would be to attack infantry, clear infantry, and then, yeah, just clear infantry. We can go and grab one of these 2 properties with this infantry. We can jump and grab the corner property uncontested from soul4rent here, and that's about it. In the north, we're going to be needing a tank because this guy is here now, so we definitely do need a tank. Unfortunately, we only have 17,000 funds, so we can't really get a classy medium tank on the field, but we can get something else, folks. We can get something else. We can get a normal tonk, a big old normal tonk. That's what we can get. We could actually go double tonk up here, which might be a little bit better. I probably would say like double tonk is pretty good. Usually arties in the corner are pretty good as well. You could potentially bust out an arty in the corner and be pretty comfortable. All right, so we are just gonna sit right in the face of this recon, bust out a tank. All right, there we go. Bust out a tank over here, so that's pretty good. And we have to bust out a tank out of this property. Yeah, okay, so we do got the tank over there. Very good. Like I was saying, 100% need a tank right there for sure, because we have to ward off Hamslammich's tank. If this tank gets over here into the middle and gets control, it's very, very difficult for you to actually push your units over here and regain control here. Now, Hamslammich could potentially go up for an interrupt here, would result in the loss of an infantry, but having your opponent just willy-nilly grab this property is also a bad idea. So he's going to go up for the interrupt. 6-7 trade, not too bad. Tank moves 1 square forward. Yeah, that's more or less the best spot that you could do. You could go there. You could go down here. You could actually potentially go here and allow soul4rent to come in and do the attack, build another tank, and then start a tank war right here, which could be possible. Considering that Hamslammich is going to be ahead in comm towers if he ever decides to cap that comm tower right there. But professional gamers don't actually cap the comm tower, folks. That is not what we do. We always do our attacks before capping the comm tower. It's just it's necessary to the success of Advanced by Web. Number 3 priority in Advanced by Web is never cap that comm tower before attacking. All right, so it wouldn't have really changed too much. We probably would have brought this guy down to 2. We could have potentially brought this guy down to 5. But, I mean, more or less, this is exactly where we would be. So, yeah. All right. So, this right here. So, the one issue now, soul4rent's going to be able to move his tank and put it right here in a very defensive position, and that's going to start the sort of stall wars that are going to be going on over here. Now, he could, like I said, he could bring the tank right here, clear infantry, and then start the tank war. Because usually what happens is if somebody goes in and attacks with the tank, and if you have a tank to counter, then your tank comes in, counters that tank, they end up having a tank cleared, and you still have 2 injured tanks, and then you build another tank, and they build a tank, like over and over and over, and eventually you might actually end up winning the tank war even if they attacked you first, because just of the way it works, you know, you end up clearing a tank. So unless they go double tank one turn, you're in a pretty good spot. Now that doesn't work all the time. Not saying it's necessarily the best thing to do, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, if Hamslammich was the one to go for it, it might be okay for him because we've got the comm tower, but either way, that's not going to be an option because we have an infantry wall, folks. We got the infantry wall going. Soul4rent is going heavy down south, double interrupting this infantry, which is not too bad. Not too bad at all. We're going to keep capping this property right here. This guy's sitting at 5. So we need to actually go in with an infantry to clear it. If we don't, well, then he gets the property. Very curious. Now, probably the best thing would be jump this infantry away, and then we get 2 shots on 2 infantry right here, bring another infantry down, and then we might be in a pretty good spot in the corner here. Hamslammich going to be acquiring in this one right here. This, unfortunately, is a little bit of a weak wall. Does manage to clear it. Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't go for that attack. He goes for this attack instead. Okay. Well, I stand corrected, folks. I thought he was going to go for the attack and then go in for the attack right here, but like I said, now that Soul4rent has 2 tanks right here, if he does go for this attack, it's going to be a 5-8 trade, and then we have a full HP to 8 trade right here, which would bring this tank down to 3. 5 HP tank clears right afterwards, and then you bust out another tank, and all of a sudden you have 3 tanks to 1 tank. Be a little bit of a dicey situation, folks. Alright, boom. We're not going to go in for that attack, though. We're not taking the bait. Boom. We're going to go down and get a tank shot, though. Holy moly. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Now we're gaming. We're gaming down here, folks. Goes in for the double attack down south as well. Bust out a tank right here, tank right there. And we got 4K left in the bank. Infantry, infantry. Double tank, double infantry turn. That's what we got going on here. Soul4rent trying to acquire the comm tower down here too. Little bit late on getting this because of that recon interrupt way early in the game. So maybe recon. Maybe it's a good play. You never know. But boom. Got a little clear right there. So this is why I was saying it's kind of risky to go in for those single hits when there's 2 tanks around. So because this tank took the hit on a road, it was an 8-4 trade. This one would have been an 8-5 trade. But we see right here, boom, takes it all the way down to 2. If it was the scenario up here, it would have been taken down to 3, but you still would have gotten the clear. So now Hamslammich, 1 tank to 2 tanks. Soul4rent going to be able to bust out a tank right here, or with 20k could even potentially bust out the classy medium tank. But if you bust out a classy medium tank from right here, that's going to leave this section very vulnerable. Potentially Hamslammich at that point might be able to bust out a classy medium tank of his own up here. But more than likely, whenever this kind of stuff happens, people tend to buy their tech up unit close to the opponent's tech up unit. So if he built a classy boy right here, we could probably see a classy boy right here. That just tends to be what happens, folks. Oh, unfortunate non-clear right there. Too bad. Still going for the cap. And we get a nice little engagement. That infantry's toast, unfortunately, but we do acquire a property. So acquiring a property, pretty good. Can't actually go up and interrupt the property with the infantry as well, because if he does bring that guy down, boom, tank shot right there. So that's not going to work. Bust out another tank. Another tank, double infantry turn, folks. That's it. That's caustic finality for you. If you don't go indirects, it's always tank, infantry. That's caustic finality for you. All right. Ooh, 1 HP clear. And we get another clear. Get a clear. Now we do have a double attack that we could potentially do right here. Boom. So we're going to take the double attack. Takes it from the highest terrain value that he has possible at the moment too. So 3-star terrain, very good positioning right there. Will allow for a double hit right here. But if he busts out a tank right here, it's probably going to be fine. Now he could bust out tank, he could bust out classy medium tank, you know, definitely could do it, but we'll see. We'll see what he ends up doing. Probably from this position, I'd say it's almost about time to tech up, actually. He could definitely tech up, and it might be okay, but he's going to go with a individual tank. So there is going to be a hit here and a hit here, or could potentially just clear 1 tank and then eat 2 tank hits. But we are stuck in a tank war, folks. That's what we got going on. Boom. Day 10. Day 10. Soul4rent has a co-power. Okay, so we're going to go for the interrupt with the 6 HP. We don't want him to get the properties, so that's totally fine. And then we go in for the double. All right, so we go in for the double attack. That is going to open us up to 2 attacks right here. But more or less, it's okay. But we need to bust out something here. Like, at this moment, like, yeah, maybe now would be the time to bust out the classy medium tank. I could definitely see it being very good at the moment. This is a great maneuver down south, by the way. Boom. Tank moves up, attacks, clears, moves, attacks infantry, boom, attacks infantry again. Now, if we didn't do that, we wouldn't have been able to acquire the comm tower because we have 1. We are going to have one property capture point. That's it. That's all we need. Wouldn't have been possible without all these moves here. This guy's not going to be able to do 40% damage. He's going to be able to do like maybe 21, 20, maybe 21 to like 24% damage, something like that. Got a nice little double hit here as well. And we wait a unit. We attack a unit. So once again, this is going to probably just move here, clear this. This guy's going to move up, clear this. These guys are going to be healed a little bit. And then these infantry are just going to come down here too. So this is just, oh, interesting. Okay. I was going to say this is just going to be an endless infantry war, but it might not now because we have a tank right here. So that's going to force Hamslammich to bust out a tank down here. But one of the biggest issues right now is the fact that the co-powers are almost charged. Soul4rent, very, very close to the Typhoon. That's going to do 2 damage globally and make it rain. It's going to make it very difficult for Rachel to move around. But at the same time, Hamslammich now officially has covering fire. Boom, covering fire. What do we hit? We're going to hit here and we're going to hit up there. All right. Oh my God. Okay, let's look at that again. So covering fire. We got 2 missiles down here. 1, 2. Oh no, we're gonna get the interrupt. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Soul4rent. Oh, feels bad. Feels bad. Oh man. Oh man. That's so unfortunate. Poor Soul. Poor Soul. Who could have predicted that? I mean, I thought maybe one of the missiles was gonna hit over here, but I guess that was, I think, yeah, that was value and unit clump down there, so definitely actually pretty good covering fire. Like, it came in clutch. 100% came in clutch, and that allows for Hamslammich to move forward, taking up multiple units up in the north, couple units down here, clearing 2 tanks. Like, this is a very good turn. Very good turn indeed. Let's just take a look here. So Soul4rent went from 25 units to 22 to 18 to 26. So the roles have just been completely flipped here. But we do got Typhoon. Oh man, why aren't we popping Typhoon? Oh no, Soul4rent. He went and took the engagement before popping the Typhoon. Oh no, he didn't have Typhoon. Okay, so now he gets Typhoon. Great, perfect, love it. So forced to take the engagement before popping Typhoon. So boom. Oh, why are we attacking that one? Oh, we should have attacked the 8 HP. The 8 HP is like way more dangerous. Way more dangerous. Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. So we do clear the unit, but like I said, this guy is way more dangerous. This guy, all he needs to do is move on to the property, and he's full health. I mean, this guy, he wouldn't have really done anything. He would have had to move first. He's not really going to be super effective. This guy, on the other hand, is going to be super effective, so you definitely want to be taking that guy out first. Tank moves up, takes an infantry engagement, double engagement down here, taking that guy out. And now we got another tank, infantry, double infantry. That is what Caustic Finale is. Day 11, now Hamslammich has to fight in the rain. Soggy bread, folks, that's what we got going on here. We just got a whole bunch of soggy bread, and it's just difficult to move around. Going for a clear, but does not actually get the clear here. Boom. So like I was saying, that guy easy. Move back there. 2 HP. Busting out the arty. Busting out the arty, folks. Arty covers both tanks. Crazy. Crazy good value right there. Brings another tank back for heals. Isn't going to be yeeting that guy into oblivion. Bring it back. Get the heals. Regroup. And go right back in right afterwards, folks. Alright. Soul4rent, day 12. Got a tank, 2 injured tanks, tank down here. So we do have some potential. Now how much potential, that's another story. Be difficult to fight into here because of the arty now. We could like maybe clear a tank, get a tank hit, maybe cover with another tank, but that's going to be fighting into base range. Going to be very difficult to push up over there. Maybe the best course of action would be to park on the city, clear the infantry, bring the tank down here, and then just wait for another day. Alright, so we're going to be trying to capture the property down south. And we are going to clear some infantry up north. Nice. I like it. Soul4rent is actually behind in properties as well, so he's going to have to definitely get some caps here pretty soon. So he's going for this cap here, going for this cap here. This cap may or may not go through. Now, Hamslammich has some options. He could actually injure this infantry and then go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he wouldn't be able to get the tank hit. He could actually get the tank hit if he moves right here with this tank and attack right here. Let cap go, but then he's going to be dealing with a 7 HP tank coming in and probably another tank right here. So yeah, another tank right there. So it's probably not a great idea to go up and interrupt that. I would say at this point you should probably just eat your losses and just allow him to have the property because you're already ahead in properties. So 17,000 funds, it's not going to give you like a huge amount of difference in your build order. You'll be able to get like an extra 1,000 funds per turn. You won't really be able to effectively like do your tech up turn, and then you won't be able to do effectively your tech up turns. So it'll take you like 2 days to go and do that kind of stuff. But boom, oh my god, yeah, we are okay. Yeah, this is gonna, I can guarantee you, will guarantee you, bet my bottom dollar, Hamslammich is gonna go in and clear this tank. Yeah, 100%. 100% would have done that. I think Soul4rent should have actually put the healthy tank on the city, and that would have been much, much better. Clearing another infantry. Going up and continuing the fight up north. Going for a luck roll that unfortunately did not work. Yep, nope. No luck roll today, folks, but did do some chip damage, so he's a little bit more injured than he was the day before. Alright, tanks moving forward. Bust out another tank. That's what I'm talking about. 4 tanks down south, 4 tanks up north. That's what we got going. Good little diverse army. Now, Soul4rent, 20 units, 50,000 value. Continuing the fight though. Boom, we're gonna attack that tank. Get him down to 6, attack again, get him down to 3. Now, are we gonna follow up with another tank hit? Probably not the best idea to do that. I would say maybe bring this tank back here, bust out another tank, and then sort of start fighting right here. Ooh, bring this tank back too. waiting the tank right there. I guess it's not like the worst move. It's definitely not the worst move because we only have one line of attack right here. So if this tank does come in and attack, then we eat the hit, but we get to counter with 2 tanks right there. Plus we're protecting the comm tower. 17 points left on that guy. I can definitely see this infantry swapping with this one though, in order to get that tower like a little bit quicker. Busting out the tank triple infantry turn today. We don't have a whole lot of money. We are going to bank 5,500 funds this turn. We might be seeing some tech ups here, folks. I can definitely predict some tech ups here, like without a doubt. Now, Hamslammich, he actually spots a really good move here. I'm not gonna lie. So, boom, right here. Go up, attack the base, boom, lock base with artillery. Right there. We only have one line of attack right here to attack this guy. So as long as we do one of 2 things. So we either move both of our tanks over here, clear this tank, or move into block. But I think clearing the tank would be the better of the 2 ideas. So you clear tank, this tank would only be able to move right here and attack, and then you would be able to come back with your 2 tanks. Artillery would still have a shot up here. But this guy's probably going to attack right here. So depending on what pops out of this property though, it could be good or it could be bad. Alright, nice engagement down south. I could definitely see maybe the classy medium tank finally make an appearance on this map. He's going to have the funds for it. So we shall see. We shall see which one he decides to purchase. He could just purchase a normal tank, but normal tank getting blasted by arty, tank, and tank. That would most likely clear the tank on the city, and then we would get a lock, which would not be very good. Not be very good for old soul4rent, that's for sure. And the other interesting thing about this situation too is if he does bust out the classy medium tank at the moment, Rachel's got her normal co-power, so that could be an extra 40% firepower on the arty shot as well. Oh yeah, and there's a tank right there, so we get the clear and we attack. Okay. Yeah, so that is definitely a thing. Maybe tank on city would have been better. Let me just take a quick look here. Is that a possibility? Yeah, so tank on city, tank up here. Oh wait, no. We wouldn't even need to move this guy up here. We should, yeah. You know what? In this situation, definitely tank and eliminate this tank entirely. I think that would have been a really good idea. Because bringing this guy up here, I mean, it's okay, for sure. But it doesn't cover this guy, right? So if this guy survives, well then he just comes back and does damage, right? So, I mean, if he was here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we attacked from forest, that would have actually prevented him from getting to this tile, because he would have moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wouldn't have been able to actually reach there. So maybe that's something that we can watch out for in the future. But, boom. Alright, little engagement. Classy flippin' medium tank. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. soul4rent doing a really good job at coming back in this match as well too. He's basically evened out the income here, and he has, or not even out the income, but he has evened out the unit count, and the value is more or less getting to a respectable point here. So a little bit behind, but is definitely not doing too shabby. And takes the engagement right here so he can, he's not going to finish the cap. Okay, actually another thing that we should probably think about for the future is, so joint caps are great, but this actually does the exact same amount of caps, or it'll take you the exact same amount of turns as just capping with 2 people. 2 units. So move infantry onto mountain, continue cap with fresh infantry. That way he will be forced to attack here, he'll be forced to attack here, and then you get the cap next turn, cover with another tank. That's all you got to do. Day 14. Hamslammich. Boom. Another little engagement down south. But yeah, unfortunately, because of that, the cap was stopped. So he's not going to get that firepower bonus, folks. And we are clearing infantry up north. Brings another tank down south. Gets the clear on the tank right here. Nice hit. Nice hit on the penguin. 9,000 funds left. Double infantry. 27,000 money. So he's going to have 27,000 money. 26,000 money. Maybe 25. Yeah, I could see like 25. He's going to have about 25,000 funds next turn. Never mind. He's going to have way less because the super co-power has arrived and has just hit massively. That was a huge chunk all the way down to 48,000. But soul4rent sitting at 36,600, which is not a very high amount of unit value, unfortunately. But it does bring it up to 52,000. But here we go with the covering fire. So move 3 infantry out of the way. Very nice. Ooh, 2 down south, 1 up north. So we did hit the classy medium tank. But this right here is actually really good because this right here stops this entire push into the corner. soul4rent's not going to be able to get those caps anymore. And we also injured the medium tank, which is a little bit of a bonus. The classy boy has been injured, folks. You hate to see it, but it does happen. It happens sometimes, folks. And now we're 25 to 18 units on day 16. Classy medium tank cannot take an engagement right here, otherwise it's going to be clipped by the artillery. So if he goes in and takes this engagement, gets clipped by artillery, then he gets cleared by 4 tanks. And we don't want that. We want to keep him alive. Boom. soul4rent might actually get this comm tower now. Ooh, down to 13. That's what I'm talking about. So he doesn't go up and take the engagement. Now, he had options too. He could go over here and attack. But once again, that's not really super advisable. If you go down here and attack, you're not going to clear the tank. And what's going to happen is you're going to get trapped. He's going to build something that's probably big. And you're just going to lose the medium tanks. Bringing them back for heals isn't too bad of an idea. Ooh, is Hamslammich going to get this property as well? He's starting to cap one of soul4rent's properties right now. And it could potentially go through. He's only got 4 more points to go for that one. And he's got a lock here as well. So 9 HP classy boy won't be able to clear a tank. So that is okay for now. Infantry will be able to move off of that property though. So he's going to be able to go here and then he's going to be able to bust out another unit. Could actually just bust out another classy mutant tank and just completely shut this down over here. But oh, an APC. What? APC could be for one of 2 reasons. One, he might want to maybe get some infantry and mechs and just funnel them over here directly. Or it could be for fuel drain. But I think he's probably thinking about funneling infantry and mechs over. That's probably what the plan is. Bust out the mech, folks. Okay, here we go. Now we're mech gaming. Once again, that's not really a good idea. For in this situation, folks, just move the infantry off of the property. Start cap with the infantry because you're going to get it in 2 days. This capture will take 3 days by doing it this way. So definitely don't want to do that. Alright, triple hit, double hit on a tank, brings another tank forward. 7 to 6 engagement, not too shabby. Busts out the APC. Okay, here we go. Alright, so this match is over with a nice, respectable double APC buy. So you can't go wrong with an APC buy, folks. Now, considering the state of the game, I think it's more or less a pretty fair resign. So the next day, what's probably going to happen, this guy's going to get healed to 7. This will be 3, right? So we're going to be able to go down, get a clear on this tank. We are going to get a clear on this tank. Because we would go move here, get a clear on this tank. Move here, get a clear on this tank. Maybe not a full clear on this tank, but we get pretty big damage here. Then we would clear this tank. And this side would fall right there. Then we would lose the corner infantry, so these guys would fall, and then all we really have to do is just worry about the classy medium tank. But we would have enough money to start medium tank chaining out of here, so we wouldn't really have to worry about that too much. So congratulations to Hamslammich for the win. A fantastic game. Soul4rent played a very well game as well. Or Soul4rent played a great game as well. But he didn't. And Soul4rent played a good game as well. Just unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the Hamslammich today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I definitely had some fun going over it. And if you did enjoy it, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye for now.